We got a very, very interesting chapter for JJK Modulo. So let's try this out. I have to say, Gege's writing has improved significantly. If there's one thing that I do like about Gege right now with Modulo is he has improved a lot with his writing style, and he's touching upon a very sensitive issue, which is, basically like the cycle of hatred. And I think here's the thing. I got reminded a lot about Naruto with Naruto's Talk No Jutsu. And I mean, he's basically getting Talk No Jutsu. Kurosu's getting Talk No Jutsu, the last chapter and this one. Because Kurosu in the last chapter really wanted something to happen to... Like, he didn't want Maru to get hurt, but at the same time, he kind of wanted something to happen so that could spark, the war and like the fight, and they could take over the humans, right? But you know what I mean? I feel like we're at a point where now he's getting Talk No Jutsu a lot more, and we kind of understand where he's coming from. I definitely still believe that he's getting brainwashed by that one Tengen looking guy. I still don't know his name. I have not gone back to reread because his name pops up, I think, in like the first chapter. You know what? Let me just do it right now. Jabaloma, that's his name. So I think he's getting brainwashed by Jabaloma. I think, here's my theory, here's my take on this. I think that the Samurians got attacked by another species, because in this chapter, like Kurosu mentions that they have been getting stepped on by you creatures. I imagine he refers to like civilizations that are very violent, very erratic, and in a way kind of ignorant, and just kind of look for conquest. Because I mean, that's kind of what humans do, always looking for more, right? So I think they got conquered by a stronger alien race, and then they came here. And I think that this Jabala dude, or I think that's his name, I already forgot his name, this one Jabala dude, I think he's brainwashing a lot of the Samurians to kind of show, like, maybe showing them images of humans going to war and telling them these guys are just like the other ones, so we got to take care of them because, it's for the sake of our people, something like that. I'm pretty sure he's behind everything. And that one Dabura looking guy, he's not a bad guy. I think it's just mostly they're waiting for a reason to fight, but for now they are genuinely coming here as like refugees. But this Jabala guy is like, no, we need to do more. And I think that's where the conflict is going to lie. I think Kurosu is going to have a little bit of a situation where he doesn't know what to believe, which is going to be really interesting because I really hope that happens, because it is going to be a short chapter. I think it's going to be like 3 volumes long, I think, this series. So it's going to be relatively short. I think 20 something chapters. So yeah, hopefully that can take its own place. And if it works out, hopefully they can extend it and boom. Because so far these 6 chapters, really good. Honestly, I'm really enjoying them. So yeah, we learn a little bit more about Kurosu. He's kind of, he's very angry because they lost their home and they've lost everything and they've got nothing else to do but, to fight back, which is basically the mentality of, I've got nothing left to lose, which is pretty dangerous. They got subdued, they got violented, and he kind of wants to do the same thing because he feels like the same thing is going to happen to humans with humans. And I like that Yuka was like, no, dude, like this has to stop now with us, which is, again, kind of referring to the cycle of hatred, the breaking the wheel, as Daenerys Targaryen might have said at one point, just breaking the wheel, before HBO absolutely ruined her character in the last seasons. But yeah, dude, I think the situation here is that she's looking at it from that point of, because they're both about to lose everything, because Kurosu lost everything and Yuka's just lost everything as well, because she's gonna like go bye-bye in 6 months, which is, wow, Gege, like for real, dude, like you're back at it again, torturing like your characters. Like, it just started, dude. We just got introduced to her. This is like her third chapter, I think. So like, what's up, dude? But yeah, so it shows two sides of one coin, you know, where Kurosu lost everything and he wants to take everything from everyone. And where she lost everything and she wants to use the last of her moments to just helping people out, which is, you know, it's incredible how, you know, people can have different perspectives, isn't it? And I don't know. I understand both of their perspectives. I understand the reasons behind it. And I feel like this Talk No Jutsu was really well structured. And I love that it seems like it's not going to get resolved right now. I think Kurosu's gonna go home. He's gonna think about it, and I think the whole series will be about Kurosu coming to terms with, you know, what's going on. I think he's gonna discover that the Jabala guy or that Tengen looking guy was behind everything, and maybe he's manipulating them. And I think that's gonna solve everything. But yeah, man, I think I really enjoyed the chapter, and I think it had very interesting things. And yeah, you know what I mean. And I really like that Yuka mentions that while she understands the pain of losing something, that doesn't mean you have to take something from someone else. And the idea of having something to lose, of not having something to lose, you know, I imagine Kurosu's again is manipulated, and he's the one Tengen looking guy is the one that wants the war. So I think Yuka's reasoning is very well placed. I think it's very well done. I really enjoy the way that she views life as, if, you know, let's just help people out, because she does mention to him like, so what are you going to do? Just because everything was taken from you, you're going to take everything from everyone else? And I was like, damn, that's really well put. You know what I mean? But again, I don't want to give a firm opinion on this, because I mean, both perspectives, like, I completely understand. Because it's like I've always said, there's always two perspectives. There's always two sides of something. And I think Yuka's at this point where she's like, yeah, like we're humans. We fuck up, and we've done atrocious things. We've done very terrible things. But I mean, we can end it right here and right now and just avoid a full-on war, which is a good sentiment. But I think life is much more complicated than that. I feel like humans and the aliens, they're gonna have their own agendas, and sadly that's the situation that always happens. There's always an agenda, and there's always two sides of one version. So it's a whole situation of the victor always controls a narrative, and just it's about controlling narratives. If humans decide they want to attack the Samurians because they have really good tech, they can just, again, like magistrate, like a fake attack that the Samurians did on them, and just go straight to fight them. You know, life is much more complicated than what Yuka kind of paints it out to be. But I understand the sentiment behind it, and I understand that she doesn't want unnecessary fighting. That she just wants, once she's lost everything, what she wants is peace, which I understand. I think there comes a point in everybody's life where they're just tired of fighting, tired of getting back up, and just want, you know, peace, just want to rest. And I think that's the sentiment here, is she just wants to, like, just stop and just protect people, help people, and just make things be right. And Kurosu's at a point where he's very angry because of what happened to them, and wants to take it out on everyone. It's the whole situation of the kid who's bullied and takes it out on like animals, or takes it and steps on an ant. It's like there's always someone smaller than you. But that doesn't mean you should take out your frustrations and your anger towards them, because, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a really good chapter that really makes you think. So yeah, tell me, what do you guys think about this? And that's basically all I got to say, honestly. I think it was a really good chapter, really magnificent. It had a Talk No Jutsu, but I feel like it was very well placed. This chapter was 20-something pages long, but my goodness, it had a lot, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, give me your thoughts, and I'll see y'all next time. So bye-bye.